As of right now, the thumbnail for this episode is you reaching into your cleavage and pulling out a chicken nugget.
Okay, the chicken nuggets were a pre-podcast conversation.
Hi, I'm Steve, and this is Then You Ruined It, a podcast where me and Jason try to get through just 20 minutes of human interaction without, well, ruining it. Buckle up, folks. It's gonna get bumpy.
So I think it's known at this point that my wife and I both work from home. And as such, you know, we get the kids, I get the kids off to school typically. And we're working from home. So unless one of us has an on-camera meeting, which I never do, and my wife sometimes does, and she'll warn me ahead of time if that's the case. So I don't, wander behind her and I would say be nude, but
grab her butt.
She's always sitting in a chair. She doesn't have a standing desk, so she doesn't. That'd be harder. I definitely swept behind her for a longing kiss, and she's just like, "What was that about?" Never like, "Okay, fine, let's go upstairs and make it quick." It's just like, didn't expect that.
Yeah.
See you later. So the other day, I was in the kitchen, I think maybe getting lunch. I don't remember what time of day it was. And she was just walking by. She wasn't doing anything necessarily. She was just walking by, and I noticed her shirt was not tight fitting, but it was a tighter shirt. And she likes to carry things in her shirt, in her bra when she has it, like a phone and stuff, that's a thing.
She's one of those. It's the whole shub genre of women.
Yes. And not necessarily like in the bra. She doesn't tuck like money in the bra. Like, don't ask why, but I see this exclusively as something from somebody from Jersey doing.
How many people from Jersey do you know?
I know some, but not a whole lot.
But they all have money in their boobs.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just something I equate with that. Or really low rent Midwestern women. Is there a cross section? There's probably a cross section. When you do the visuals for this podcast, make a Venn diagram of them, please. Jersey women and low rent, white trash, Midwestern women.
As of right now, the thumbnail for this episode is you reaching into your cleavage and pulling out a chicken nugget.
Okay. The chicken nuggets were a pre-podcast conversation.
Not anymore.
It has nothing to do with chicken nuggets.
I'm bringing them back. And you could really go 20 minutes without talking about those chicken nuggets.
I absolutely can. They were subpar. Don't bother with the Taco Bell chicken nuggets. Speaking of chicken nuggets, my wife's breasts. No. Bad segue. Worst segue of the year. My apologies. Throw that one in the bin. So I see something in her shirt, and I just it's my right. I'm married to her, so I walk up and I just I kind of paw at it. Not unlike a curious bear, and she recoils, as you would, but especially because it happened to be her nipple.
What?
It was just hanging in an odd way, probably because, as she then told me, I'm not wearing a bra currently, and that's why that is where it is. And you want me to do this? And so she reaches towards me and just starts hitting my package, hitting what I got to work with.
And you're like, yes, this is what I've wanted for 20 years. This is all I ever wanted.
Exactly, yeah. She didn't think this through. She's just like, what, you want me to, And I was like, yes, please. And I moved towards her, and then she ran away. So the kind of chicanery you can get up to when you both work from home, and one of you gets a little too curious and paws the other's breasts like a bear looking for mother's teat or something. I don't know. So I felt bad, but also I was like, I mean, you better watch it. It's like when we're in bed, if she grazes up to me just the right way, I'm just like, Not until you're completely asleep. You better watch it.
Then I do what I want to do.
I mean, yeah, she knows better.
I had a thought and then it went away.
We'll find it again because that's kind of what this podcast is about. If you don't find that thought, that was just a funny anecdote that I just told. Instead of a whole thing, which is our whole thing.
So I don't know, maybe I'm just more respectful of women, but I don't paw at my wife's chest in the middle of the day.
Again, not a normal thing for me to do either.
I did. My wife is never on camera. I have told her, if you're on camera, let me know. And, you should be on camera. It makes meetings far more engaging. But whatever, you do you. And she was on camera somehow. And I very lovingly went up behind her and just put my hand on my back and went to give her a kiss. And she's like, camera! I'm like, oh, okay. Understood. I get it now. Thank you for alerting the presses.
Yeah, you could alert though, but you could do it in I don't know. I would probably do the same if I was in the same situation. I'd never have been. I think there was one time the kids were home while I was having a meeting with somebody. It wasn't a big important, I think it was my manager. And so she has kids. She has no problem with that. So, but it still like gave me pause. Like hear them. I'm just like banging on the wall. Like, guys, keep it down. I'm talking to somebody in here. No, I don't care. Like, I know, but I do. Like that's the most I can think of. But I definitely have done that to my wife as well. Yeah. I came up and I think her hair was laying a certain way. So I couldn't see her headset was on because I can always see the headset. I look now. After that incident, especially, I can like look and see like, is the headset on? Okay. She's in a meeting of some sort. And if she doesn't have the headset on, she's not in a meeting. Like we've at least established that. But that day, the hair was laying in a certain way and I couldn't see it. And I came up and it wasn't anything too unprofessional, but it was like, you want something for lunch? I'm going to get something. She's just like, no. I was like, what? Why would you react that way to the man who loves you and is just trying to ask if you want something for lunch? And then I looked at the computer screen and I could see she was in a meeting and obviously not on mic at that moment, but that's the best she could manage afterward. Oh, I was so pissed. I was just like, there's a better way you could have done it. It's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to tell you I'm on a meeting and you were talking, so I didn't want you to keep talking. I get that.
I've had thoughts about this because my wife and I both work from home some days. I go into the office about half the time. She works from home exclusively. She works upstairs in our room. I work downstairs in this room. I have considered strongly the sock on the door method to tell her that I'm in a meeting so she doesn't come down and to tell the kids not to bother me. But then the more I thought about it, I would just put a sock on the door and leave it there. I would never take that sock off.
Yeah. Once there's an indication that says, leave me alone, just do that. That is the default.
Yeah. How about this, people? Just leave me alone. I'm making you money.
Conceivably, yes. Now that I'm out of a job, if I did that, it would just be, Dad's being an asshole. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, kids. I'm making you podcasts.
I don't know what I'm doing in here, but it's more important than you. Go away. Not hard for me to say to my children these days.
Kids are unimportant.
Typically, yes.
So, I'm trying to think if there's any other big meeting faux pas. Because Zoom meetings are such they're just a core part of our lives now. Ever since the pandemic, Zoom has just become a utility almost. But really, I mean, people come in and out of Zoom meetings all the time. Like I have seen many a wife and many a husband walk in the background and offer people food during meetings. And I've never once been upset at that person for having a spouse bring them food.
Yeah. I did not bring food. If I had the food ready, which again, I will do now. If she's in a meeting, I'll ask her beforehand and, bring her the plate and just like, my lady, here you go. Like bow my head, just like I know I am lower, so here you are. It's your food. No tip necessary. I'll
Here you go, employed. I shall abscond away.
Yeah, I'm very much Dobby the house elf. Any sock for me today? No, okay.
So you weren't trying to fill her up. You were just trying to get her to give you a bra so you could be a real boy.
I think you combined Dobby and Pinocchio.
They're both long-nosed weirdos.
He's not a real boy. He's still an elf.
But he got free. You're not a real person if you don't have your freedom.
I mean, okay. You want to talk socio-political climate? Well, we can certainly discuss that, but
it's the most dehumanizing thing you can do. You take away their autonomy. And apparently if you give them a sock or a bra, they get it back.
It can only be socks and bras. Like that twist on the Harry Potter lore. They are redoing it. They're going to like relaunch or something at some point. So maybe they can take that to heart and make it a hornier house elf.
Socks, bras, jock straps. Those are the big three.
I'm only into feet and boobs. I'll be very happy about boobs, but I'll also get on Masters OnlyFans. And look at all the glorious feet pictures. My new character, Dobby the Slobby.
Oh, there's something there about a little goblin that lives in your house and smells your underwear and takes pictures of your feet.
I mean, there is something there, I guess. I don't want to know what it is. It's definitely a B-tier movie just waiting to be made that, again, I'll happily option out the source material if you'd like to make that film. But yes, we'll bring the food, bring drink, whatever you ask. I will not interrupt. I know my place now. My place is lower than you. Never once has anybody brought me anything, which again, I mentioned already that I don't have any on-camera meetings or anything like that. So, but I think it's my wife's office is just right off the kitchen. So it's like super simple to, hey, would you get mommy a drink there and just bring it in here? And they'll bring it in and thank you so much. Going downstairs to bring daddy something. It's like, no, go to hell. Oh, wait, you're already there because it's low enough. It's like, seriously, one flight of steps is just too much for either of my children to bear. I'll be like, my daughter comes downstairs to go to school in the morning, and I'll be like, you forgot your jacket again. Go upstairs and get a jacket. She'll just like look around like, I can use this as a jacket today. It's like, that's my sweater. What are you talking about? It's like, I don't care. I'm going to use it. Like, go upstairs and get one hoodie. It is like 15 steps. You probably need the exercise at this point anyways. Nope, let's just go.
You got to start leaving, like, I don't know, cookies going up the stairs so they'll start going up and exercising more. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to fix your kid, boy.
I mean, in my case, it's the electronics. If my son wants the Switch badly enough, he will go downstairs to get it if it's down there. He will not just, well, I'm just going to do whatever in my room. It's like, no, I must be doing Minecraft right now. So down I go. So, yeah, I know what incentivizes my children. I just don't like it.
I mean, you like it. You also are a big fan of wherever the Switch is. The Switch is downstairs because you were playing with it.
No, actually, in this case, it's usually my kids. But I could keep it here in my office, and that would cause everybody to come visit me more often. Well,
yeah, there you go.
Not my wife.
Keep the Switch in your office and trade it for drinks.
And then keep my wife's drinks in my office, and then trade those for kisses or more. Wait, I think that's just prostitution. What's a little prostitution between spouses?
Exactly. Really, when you think about it, isn't all marriage prostitution in one form or another?
I mean, no, because I don't think you're actually paying. Like, I think the love that you show is supposed to be an outward show of affection, not I'm doing this because you did this for me. Again, that I'm not going to yuck your yum. If that is how your relationship works, then whatever works for you. But that does not seem like a healthy relationship to me. Just like hashtag not a doctor, hashtag not a therapist.
It's good that we clear that up because I don't want anyone using anything we say as therapy, especially us.
Yeah. I mean, you want to listen to a podcast and take their advice? You do you. I can't stop you. Don't take our
We will stop you.
Yeah. That's kind of the point. If you don't listen to the title, which I know we don't talk about a whole lot, it does come up at the beginning and the end of the podcast, but we ruin things.
We will ruin your marriage as
It's our
quickly as
genre.
we ruined our cholesterol levels. I don't know.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Then You Ruined It. If you enjoy our flavor of nonsense, please like and subscribe wherever you found us. And please share with your friends and cooler family members.